conference here over the weekend, this Saturday. We'll talk about that on Friday. Let you know where that is. Doubletree Inn, Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. When you hear this interview today, you can understand that if they can do it, they will. If they can benefit themselves, if they can, say it's national security, if they can pull it off on cost-benefit analysis, they're going to do it. Hank Albarelli Jr. is with us. His book, A Terrible Mistake, is maybe one of the best books that's come across my desk in a very long time. Of course, from Trine Day Publishing, and you can get it by going to Trine Day, or you can go to Albarelli, ALBARELLI.net, and you can read all about it over there. And you need to support authors like this. This is how you vote with your dollars, folks. This is what the free market is really about. You'll get more books like this if they sell. If they don't, then who's going to write them? What do you think about that, Hank?
I really appreciate that. I appreciate that quite a lot, and I appreciate your show. I think listeners should know that you can read books, and you also have to listen to shows like yours to find out what's really going on behind the scenes.
Any big interviews?
And how your life is being controlled without your knowing it.
Thank you. Hank, any big shows lined up on cable news for this book?
My publicist is working on a lot of things and going to L.A. soon, and
good.
I think there's some big things coming up. And the book is actually doing very, very well.
Good.
Because of people like yourself who are pointing certain things out.
You're not going to get this in a 10-minute YouTube video, folks. We've done an hour on this. Hank, we have not even barely scratched the surface.
No, we haven't. It's a story that covers 50 years or more, and it's extremely convoluted. But it's fascinating.
You do a great job locking it in. Like a lot of people we have on our show, you're a great writer and a pretty good host.
Well, I really appreciate that.
We were talking about JFK and how Frank's killers lock into to Permindex, Clay Shaw. Permindex, of course, linked to the Mossad. A lot of people, look at not only 9/11 but the JFK assassination, see Mossad fingerprints on this. We just saw them assassinate a guy in Dubai, which has not gone well for them. In another book by Trine Day, Dr. Mary's Monkey, about Dr. Mary Sherman, we have one of the top cancer researchers in the world working with David Ferry, who's got little mice in his adjacent apartment, and they're trying to cover up the fact that the polio vaccine was accidentally infected with cancer, and then they're going to use that as an assassination tool against Fidel Castro and communists. The whole communist angle is really, I guess, the excuse to do all of this. It's all throughout your books. The book here that I'm holding, it is DCI Alan Dulles, who we know was locked in big time with the establishment and the elite, versus FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover, versus Senator McCarthy in the McCarthy hearings. It's like a historical record of this whole time. But it's weird how it always seems to all of this goes back to Kennedy. I mean, it makes you understand the level of deceit and how this was a total coup on our government. I think the second one was 9/11.
I agree with you. Kennedy is sort of both the touchstone and the Rosetta Stone for a lot that happened before and after. The only names I think we've left out, although you mentioned them early in the show, are Rumsfeld and Cheney.
Yeah, tell us their role in this, please.
Their fingerprints were all over the 1975 cover-up of Olson's murder. And they pushed hard to make sure that people believed it to be a suicide. But behind the scenes, they were really scrambling and hiding papers and hiding files and making sure that the American public wasn't informed about what Olson's job really was. And a lot of that's in the book, what he was really doing. A lot of people think it was MK Ultra, but it was really Project Artichoke. And it was Artichoke that gave birth to the rendition and torture programs that we're looking at today.
I mean, so much happens and almost nothing changes. The same people. You look at Negroponte, who was involved in Phoenix, involved in Iran-Contra. All these guys involved in Watergate, in Iran-Contra, and Vietnam. And you just keep hearing the same names over and over again. When are the American people going to wake up and see what's happened here?
Well,
Are they dosed with LSD? Are they putting it in our water?
Yeah,
I mentioned aerosol spraying earlier. People are looking at these big lines, big X's in the sky. And Cliff Carnicom has done an excellent film on this called Aerosol Crimes. It goes back to the very things you're talking about in your book.
Right. It goes right back to the late 40s and early 50s. And I don't know. I think people would like to wake up. It's hard for people to handle this stuff. And then, with the economy, they've got everybody exactly where they want them. Overworked, handling 2 or 3 jobs with no time to hardly breathe.
And the Hegelian dialectic, which they teach at Yale,
Exactly.
running through the whole system.
Yeah.
You know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's a great guest.
And it's
what happened in
depressing.
before we let you go? What happened in San Francisco that involved Frank Olson and also aerosol crimes?
Well, there was an experiment in, I think it was 1950, summer 1950, that took place off the coast of San Francisco. That involved the Army and the Navy, and they supposedly released a harmless aerosol cloud because they wanted to study where it would go and how the trade winds would affect it. But again, a number of people ended up dying from this harmless cloud.
Unsuspecting people. We've got the Tuskegee experiments, Project Shad. Okay, they experiment on our people without them knowing it. Is it all over now? Because that's what I always hear. Oh, that was in the past. It's not happening anymore.
Exactly.
It is happening now, isn't it?
It is. It sure is.
To the highest degree with all the best technology and supercomputers. Can you imagine if they did this then, what they're doing now? It's mind-boggling, isn't it, Hank?
It's absolutely mind-boggling. I've lived with it for 12 years, and I don't think anything shocks me any longer.
I'm almost there with you. I can't wait to have you back for part 2.
I'd love to come back.
Let me know when your schedule is open, and we'll do part 2, part 3, part 4, because we've, again, barely scratched the surface. A terrible mistake, a trying day. Get it now. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Stay bold.